Hey Rosco, it's Tuesday and that's my day. You didn't upload a video this week, but before we start talking about punishments, let's talk about why. From what I gathered from Facebook and a couple of texts from some friends, you were installing Windows 8 and the editing software that we use was having some issues with that. Because I think that's a pretty fair reason to miss a video. Your punishment is actually going to be really nice. And for someone like you, it's not really a punishment at all. All I want you to do is to just make a demo video using screen capture software of Windows 8, showing us some of the features you like, and if there are any, some of the features you don't like. Kind of review, I suppose. I'm really interested about Windows 8, I think it could be really, really good, but I don't have any money to buy it or try it out. I'm going to have to just see what you say. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy that, so it's not really even a punishment. Rosco, in a couple of weeks you're going to be 20 years old. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think that's really weird. I myself don't turn 20 for about 6 months, but every time I think about it, it makes me feel a little bit weird. I feel like I'm not old enough to not be a teenager yet. I'd really like to know how you feel about turning 20. You made a video a couple of weeks ago about growing up in general, and when I look down my Facebook wall and I see different posts from different people, I see a lot of different things from people that maybe used to be my friends or people that are my friends now, or maybe just even people from our year at school. And it seems like a lot of people are a lot more adult than I am. And I don't mean in terms of like attitude, maturity, behaviour, because I think those things aren't necessarily age related. They develop at a different speed to your age. But I guess it's people a little bit like yourself who are the same age as me, yet you have a full-time job and you live on your own and you pay all your bills and you do things like that. To me, it seems that the difference here is that people that go to university seem to be able to hold on to that teenageness, the lack of responsibilities that people with full-time jobs just don't have. I mean, as an example, if you one day decided you didn't want to go to work and you skived off the day, you would probably get a disciplinary of some sort and it'd get you in quite serious trouble. Whereas if I just decided I didn't want to go in one day, the worst that would happen would be that they'd ask me where I was and I'd say, I could just say I was ill, or anything really. As much as I think that university is hard work and I do work hard at it and stuff, I feel a little bit like the consequences aren't as severe. I feel like uni is this middle section between being a teenager and having almost no responsibility to being an adult and having full responsibility. I feel like when I started I was one, and when I leave I'll be the other. And I want to know if you feel like you didn't have that middle section and if you just went from one to the other, or if you feel like it's been gradual and I'm making it up and I don't know what I want. I think that it's difficult because becoming an adult is something that in the eyes of the law happens on a certain day. For me, the 22nd of April, I was 18, and in the eyes of the law, I was an adult, that was it. But I definitely didn't feel like an adult. I don't think I do now. I feel more adult than I did then, but I definitely don't feel like a grown-up. So what I feel isn't a particularly bad or good thing, I just feel like I'm in between teenager and adult, and I want to know if this is something that a lot of people feel, or if this is something that it's just me and I'm weird, in which case, well, that's fine. If you have watched this video, which if you're hearing this then you have, then I'd like you to comment on the YouTube page underneath this video, just saying maybe an age that you found particularly difficult when you turned, or if you feel like you should feel like an adult but you don't, or if you feel the other way around, like you should still feel like a teenager but you don't. Comment if you agree with what I'm saying, comment if you disagree with what I'm saying. This video is really just how I feel about something, and I'd really like to gauge how a lot of other people feel about it. It's something that interests me. I think it's really fascinating how in society we go from one to the other, but a lot of the time it's assumed that the middle section is skipped out, and I don't know how people feel about that. So comment, video response, whatever, just talk about it. It's a topic that I want to talk about, and it's something that I'd like to know about you guys. That's it from me this week, but there are two more things before I go. One, if you haven't seen James Bond's Skyfall yet, go and see it. It's amazing. And Rosco, this one's a bit more specifically for you. I don't expect the same technical issue to cause you to miss 2 videos in a week, so there will be a proper punishment if you miss a video this Friday. Other than that, hopefully see you on Friday.